News. I'm Scott Detrow. Shots were fired at former President Donald Trump earlier tonight at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, exactly 3 hours ago. The former president was rushed off the stage. He is fine, according to his campaign. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said that the bullet pierced the upper part of his right ear. We saw that ear bleeding in images of him being rushed off the stage by Secret Service. He thanked law enforcement and extended his condolences to the family of someone who was killed. One person was killed in the crowd. 2 others are in critical condition, according to the Secret Service. Secret Service agents killed the suspected gunman, who, according to the Secret Service, fired toward the stage from an elevated position outside of the rally venue. Secret Service is investigating the incident. FBI personnel are also on the scene. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said the bullet pierced the upper part of his right ear. Speaking from Rehoboth, Delaware earlier tonight, President Biden called the shooting sick and said political violence cannot stand in this country. He said he was hoping to talk to Trump tonight. Many of the candidates to be former President Donald Trump's pick for vice president, that's something he was going to decide in the next few days. He has to decide it before that person is nominated next week at the convention in Milwaukee. They have weighed in on the shooting, offering prayers and support, as have top leaders in Congress. But something that we've been noticing is that as the hours have gone on, you're starting to see a lot more of a political response to this shooting at former President Trump, with several of his allies, including people on the short list for people rumored to be top picks for vice president, laying the blame at Democratic rhetoric, particularly rhetoric raising serious concerns about what would happen to democracy in the United States if former President Trump returns to the White House. So that's what we know 3 hours after the shooting happened. On the line is NPR's Danielle Kurtzleben, our correspondent covering the Trump campaign, who was at that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Danielle, good to talk to you again.
Hey, Scott.
We did this earlier tonight. Can you tell us how this moment unfolded from your vantage point in the press pen at this event?
Sure, yeah. So there is a press riser right in the middle of the crowd where all the cameras and so on are. I was next to the press riser with a bunch of reporters shading from the hot sun, and suddenly there was a series of loud pops. Maybe half dozen to a dozen is what I recall. At that point, the reporters around me, I as well, we all got on the ground and got on our stomachs and waited for the popping to end. Once it had, we stood up again, at which point I looked up towards the screens that had been showing the Trump